If you want to check out the entire show, hit the link at the bottom of the screen. It's available exclusively on odds.com. We have another game, 6 p.m. Eastern in the MAC. Central Michigan Chippewas, 5-4, 1-1 in the MAC at Bowling Green. Falcons, 7-2, 3-0 in the MAC. Stroh Center, Bowling Green, Ohio. FanDuel, which will be our opening line look for this show, has Bowling Green as 9.5-point favorites and this total at 156.5. Central Michigan stats are skewed with 3 games against non-Div 1 teams. After opening the season, so we'll just focus on the Div 1. That's something that I've watched Max do, and it makes a ton of sense. After opening the season with losses to UIC and Florida International, Central Michigan's bounced back by winning 3 of 4 against Div 1 teams. They're coming off an 87-60 beatdown at Eastern Michigan as 4.5-point underdogs. They hit in that game, they hit 58.2% from the field, 40.9% from 3. They hit just 65.6% from the foul line. They're led by senior guard Trevon Broadway, who's averaging 15.7 points, 5.4 rebounds. Bowling Green bounced back from an ugly 85-67 loss at home to Wright State as 1.5-point favorites by winning 3 straight easily on the road over Robert Morris, Ohio, and Northern Illinois. Led by senior guard Justin Turner, who's averaging 21 points, 4.8 assists, and 4.3 rebounds. Maction, Central Michigan, Bowling Green.
Yeah, Jim, with this particular matchup, it's a lot of points, I agree. And when you look at the stats, it sort of resembles the Northwestern Michigan game. I think that is something that I'm going to use and take note of and validate when it comes to this matchup. And that's because we've really seen an evolution when it comes to Justin Turner. Justin Turner has definitely developed as a scorer in his time at Bowling Green. However, this year we've really seen him take a step up in what you already mentioned is 4+ assists a game, which is closer to 5. This is very interesting from, I guess, a player projection perspective, just because this is a guy that I thought that would take a bigger step offensively and be one of the nation's leading scorers, where he's become more of a floor general, a facilitator, while still being absolutely lethal and effective scoring the ball from all 3 levels. I think with Central Michigan, the one thing that I am worried about is, do they get the same kind of offensive production and success against Bowling Green's defense? We've seen Bowling Green fall behind in games and have to come from behind. So there is that worry on my shoulder. I'm like, oh no, don't fall behind Bowling Green. Have a good start. So I am a little worried there. However, when I look at my numbers, I look at the power rankings, this is a Bowling Green spot. They're home. They're throttling their fellow conference mates. And I think that they're going to be able to do it again. Bowling Green needs to make free throws. Everybody on this team that sees valuable minutes, aside from Caleb Fields, hits it over 70%. You got to get Trey Diggs and Caleb Fields, and to make matters more interesting, Dominic Plowden free and get them going from deep. The more 3-point shots this team hits early, the better they're going to be, because Central Michigan's a scrappy team. They never give up. It doesn't matter if they're down 14 with 3 minutes left. They're going to play like they're down 2. So that's dangerous. I think that it's really important for them to put a very confident and very thorough effort on them early. With Central Michigan, they had 50 points in the second half versus Eastern Michigan. I do not think that's going to carry over, but it is impossible to deny how dangerous they are from 3 with Trevon Broadway and Devontae Lane and Caleb Huffman. So the one issue that you're going to have when it comes to Central Michigan, if you choose to go on the Central Michigan side of things, is that they miss a ton of free throws. Jim, you already mentioned it. They went 14 for 26 in a game that they routed Eastern Michigan. That's not going to win, and that's not going to get you covers against the likes of Bowling Green. I think that the one area of concern that I have is front court size, and that's where Bowling Green has their biggest weakness. And if Malik Mohammed has his way and gets some more minutes playing him at the 5 or at the 4, he's a guy that can be a little bit hard to handle because you don't have that front court depth right now with Kulakakis out. I think that in the end, Justin Turner runs the show. This is a strong second half team that have regularly put up 45 to 50 points in second halves, and they have a plus 13 scoring margin advantage versus Central Michigan second halves. I think defense will win. I think that there is a good shot this game gets over, but for show purposes, I'm only going to take Bowling Green. I lean towards the over for all you degenerates that want a little more action on the game. I'll be betting the over, but I'm not making it official on the show.
It is 9.5 right across the board. Every single book hanging in 9.5. Some at minus 111, some at minus 110. We will lock you down with the minus 9.5 full game on Bowling Green at minus 110. Available at FanDuel. Nice work, Max. Those are the 6 p.m. Eastern games.